We read about Bilam, how he's commissioned by Balak, the king of Moab, to curse the Jews. And Hashem says to him, don't go with them. And only what I tell you, that's what you should say. So Torah tells us, Vayokom Bilam baboker, Bilam rises in the morning, Vayachosh es hasodo, and he hitches his donkey, Vayelech imsari Moab, and he goes with the officers of Moab. So Rashi cites the famous Gemara, Vayachosh es hasodo, Mikan shasinu makalkel es hashura, shechovashu ba'atzmo. From here we see that hate, intense hate, overrides protocol. Bilam was self-absorbed, an egotist, almost he suffered from megalomania. But as much honor as you gave him, it wasn't enough. This is in Pirkei Avos. Who are the students of Avram Avinu? Who are the students of Bilam? Ruach Gevoah, Nefesh Rechova, insatiable need for honor, for acknowledgement, for material. That was Bilam. A man of this stature, where all the kings of the world are coming at his beck and call. He should hitch his own donkey. He was a wealthy man. The answer is cinema calculations ashura, that the hate, intense hate, he's so blinded that overrides protocol. Omer HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Rosha. The Kadosh Baruch Hu says to Bilam, Rosha, you evil one. Kodmacha Avrom Aviyim. Avrom, the ancestor of Klal Yisrael, he already had done this. He had done it years earlier. He already preceded you. Shenema v'yashkim Avrom babok v'yachshus es chamolo. He rose early. He was 137 years old. He was the Seal Okim. He's the Prince of God. He had wealth. So from there, Chazal tell us, we learn his intense love for Hashem overrode protocol. A man of his age, of his wealth, of his stature. When it comes to do the Ratzon Hashem, all that matters is Hashem. He's totally irrelevant. When it comes to hate, all that matters is the objective to destroy Klal Yisrael. So at that moment, Bilam didn't exist. But the question is the obvious question. He's told not to go to curse the Jews. He rises early to curse the Jews. I mean, does this need any response? Do you think you're doing such a great thing, that you're negating yourself? The ancestor of the Jews, he has already preempted you. He already behaved in this manner before you did. So it's nothing to be impressed. I mean, he's going to violate the word of Hashem. If he's going to do a mitzvah, we understand. You think your mitzvah is so outstanding. Avram already had done this mitzvah even beyond you. But here he's going to violate the word of Hashem. What exactly is Bilam trying to accomplish here? By hitching his donkey, and that it's worthy of acknowledgement that Hashem should respond to this. So what we had once said, that Bilam, his evil is not to be believed, how evil he was. And he wanted to bring the greatest level of prosecution against Klal Yisrael. How do you bring prosecution against Klal Yisrael? Although here he was utilizing this characteristic of humility, of negation, in the most negative way to violate the word of Hashem, what he said to Hashem was, a human being is born with the ability to suppress his ego, to negate himself, to humble himself. Although I'm using that ability to violate your word, but has that ever been utilized at this level, a man of my dimension, to do the will of God? Because if I'm able to do it to transgress your word, to violate your word, it's within the capacity to draw on this. Was it ever used to serve you in the context of Kedusha, of servitude, of submission? God says it's not a prosecution. Avram Avinu, their ancestor, he utilized this midah, this characteristic, this quality of negation, submission, to serve me. that although he was 137 years old, although he was the Prince of God, although he had wealth, he had slaves who could have hitched his donkey to express his avo, he was totally negated to me. Therefore, what you're doing is literally meaningless.